After my mother died, my father remarried, and in 1988 prepared a mirror will with my stepmother Dorothy. Under the terms of the will, the estate first passed to the surviving spouse and then to my stepbrother and myself in equal shares. My father died first, and after my father's death we remained in constant contact with my stepmother until she died in 2012. It came as a complete surprise to learn that she had in fact changed her will during that period and left everything to her own family in Wigan, which to me was a betrayal of my father's wishes, because he was very clear in those wishes that he wanted to provide for my stepmother during her lifetime, and then I'd receive my family inheritance upon her later death. Contained within the estate was also the estates of my late grandparents and mother, and my share of the estate would have been about £150,000.
What would that money have meant to you?
It would have meant a lot, because we would have been able to provide a deposit for my daughter for a flat. Circumstances have been quite difficult during the period, which would have helped ease those circumstances, and the hardest part of it has been coming to terms with it's not what my father wanted.
How do you think your father would feel now?
I think he would feel absolutely devastated, because as a family we were always taught very strong morals of right and wrong. He would always believe that wishes would be respected, and to have been betrayed in such an evil way I think would have devastated him. And worse still, I think my mother, if she knew where the family inheritance had gone, would also be quite devastated by it.
Why do you think that Dorothy changed her will?
I think it comes down to it was her own family. As her stepson, she didn't really have any allegiance to me.
And have you spoken to your stepbrother?
No, we've written quite a few times outlining what my father's wishes were, and also I have kept him informed of the circumstances and asked for help, but he's just ignored all correspondence.
How does this actually make you feel now?
It's very difficult, because it is something, unless you experience it, you can't understand, but you live with it 24/7. I still feel that I had a very tough upbringing as a youngster. I know how hard it was for my parents to accumulate that estate, and for it to be diverted in such a way is just callous. My story has attracted a lot of interest in the press and television, but the point that's often missed is that my father and stepmother did go to a firm of solicitors. The will was drawn up on their recommendation, and I think the importance, with the benefit of hindsight, is that you have to have the correct will to protect your assets. Simple mirror wills aren't really that effective. They do rely on both parties keeping their word, and I would certainly not prepare a mirror will myself. I mean, what it comes down to at the end of the day is that I realise that legally she has done nothing wrong. She was quite free to change her will, but it comes down to a moral issue, really.
Okay, so if someone is thinking of taking out a will at the moment, what advice would you give them with the benefit of what you've gone through?
I've been married over 30 years myself. Obviously I trust my wife implicitly, but then you have to think both of us would want our daughter to inherit, so therefore we should do something that ensures that our wishes are followed and can't be changed at a later time.